Thompson. As you can see, these educators are very passionate about the Common Core standards, the work that's been done to date, and also about staying the course. We appreciate their perspective and their willingness to speak today. Now, we're all very proud of the fact that Ohio students have traditionally performed well when judged against their peers from other states. However, our students are now in a global marketplace, and what may have been high standards in the past are no longer sufficient. Our children's jobs of the future depend on a better education. Now, we're very grateful for the foresight of state leaders who committed to the development and the adoption of the Common Core standards, and we sincerely hope that this important work will not be undone. We know the new rigorous standards have been challenging, as described by our previous speakers, but we commend the districts all over the state of Ohio for their work, their thoughtful consideration, and planning the implementation of the Common Core. That said, there has been a lot of misunderstanding about who really drives what happens at the local level as the new Common Core standards are implemented. With us today to share his perspective about the role that local leaders have played is a publicly elected school board member in his second term of office. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm pleased to introduce to you Mr. Eric Germann, board president from the Lincolnview Local School District in Wert County.
Hello, my name is Eric Germann, and I'm in my second term. I'm the board president at Lincolnview Local in Wert County. We border the state of Indiana. We're about an hour south of Toledo, an hour and a half south of Toledo. We're a small district. We have 903 students, K through 12, in one building. Over the last year, we've come a long way. Over the last several years, I might mention. We are not a race to the top school, so we haven't had to deal with the challenges of race to the top. We elected out of that, gave everybody else an opportunity to forge ahead in that territory. So we gained some experience there. What I have noticed in a lot of the people that approach us with concerns about the Common Core is a fundamental misunderstanding of where Common Core fits into the overall delivery of education. I think it's important to understand that the Ohio's new learning standards, the Common Core standards, are simply a standard. They're a standard that sets a basis of general concepts of what should be taught. There's a curriculum piece that comes after that, which is how it is taught. There is an assessment piece, which measures how well we matched up what we taught to what was in the standard. And we also have a new evaluation system, the Ohio Teacher Evaluation System, the Principal Evaluation System. All these components are interlinked, much like a freight train. And to me, it seems like we're trying to pull over a boxcar out of that freight train right now and change it as we're in motion. It's important to keep in mind that districts want the ability to maintain local control. The Common Core, Ohio's new learning standards, don't take that away from us. We pick the curriculum. In fact, we pick the curriculum in conjunction with our teachers. They sit on the curricular committees. They help us select the curriculum. As my colleagues had shared, we just overhauled our math curriculum to come into compliance with the standards. Yes, there are some issues that need to be dealt with in terms of curriculum delivery, but we can work through those. Another thing to keep in mind, they've discussed somewhat the cost of it. Lincolnview itself has spent about $700,000 on technology, on textbooks, on professional development. About $430,000 of that was on technology. Technology that probably needed to happen in the next several years, but was moved up dramatically to deal with the assessment component, the measurement of how well we're implementing these standards, and also to change how we deliver education to meet those more rigorous standards. It's also important to keep in mind that this timeline is very aggressive. From what I've seen on some of the press reports, they're looking at a 2015 rollout of this. How are we going to change these standards in 1 year? We have the third grade reading guarantee. We've seen the new assessments that, while well-intentioned, have had a number of fixes applied to them legislatively as they've been rolled out. To revamp the standards and expect to accomplish that from November of this year until the beginning of next school year, I believe is overly aggressive and overly disruptive. We hear a lot of feedback from our constituents, issues they have with reading lists, with how math is being taught. We're working through those issues. We're working through them at the local level, maintaining local control, which we've always had, and for the foreseeable future, I don't believe we'll ever lose. So it's important to keep that in mind. So for all these reasons, I think it would be ill-advised to try and change course right now in the timeline that they've laid out. Thank you.